And what up, everybody? Welcome back to For All Publications YouTube channel. On this channel, I talk about zines and DIY publishing. For those of you guys that are unfamiliar, this is what I publish. It's called Feral Comics, the comic book zine anthology with cartoonists from around the world. But today we're here to talk about the Samsung Ultra 21, which is the phone that my wife just got me. And I kind of wanted to talk about it just because on this channel, as a lot of you guys know, I also talk about how to build kind of this publishing company that I'm building, right? And for those of you guys that don't know, my background, I have a little bit of a background in business. Currently, I really do feel that any small business, especially a one-man band or a one-woman band, you need a good phone. Multiple reasons. A lot of the marketing you will do will be mobile marketing. If you're unfamiliar with this concept, so mobile marketing basically is just social media marketing. And I just want to read this right here. It says, according to industry experts, mobile marketing is the largest source of results for businesses because there are more people on mobile web now than the internet via their PCs. It is now a requirement in all of marketing. 79% of people worldwide have their mobile phones next to them at all times. Another interesting thing is these smartphones are proving an attractive web portal because they are mobile, lifestyle friendly, and more familiar to people than desktop computers. And that really is the reason why any small business needs to have a smartphone. And here you guys can see how destroyed my phone was. It was done, so it was horrible. It was time for an upgrade. It's the concept of marketing through social media. That's the technical term, mobile marketing. And so there's a lot of social media apps that can help make or break a company, and a lot of it revolves around your phone. A lot of people use their phone. Nonetheless, there are platforms like LinkedIn and Facebook and so on and so forth where you can create the content on a desktop and then upload it, and people can consume it on their mobile devices. But more specifically for someone like me, I'm noticing a big growth on TikTok. Instagram has always been kind of my go-to. And for other businesses, not necessarily for a publication, but for other businesses, I've noticed that Snapchat is a big one as well. And those are three platforms that you can only upload content through your phone. And so that's why being able to create and upload on your phone is 100 times better than having to shoot a DSLR, make the content, put it into your phone, and then upload it. Not to say you can't do that, but it overcomplicates it. When you're a one-person business, you want everything to be as simple and as fluid as it can be. The only reason why I've been able to do a daily upload, a daily vlog video, is because I've been able to shoot and edit on my phone on days where I'm in a crunch. That doesn't say I always do that, because sometimes I use my DSLR, but when I am in a crunch, I like having that flexibility of having a phone where I can shoot, edit, and upload and just be done with it. So having a good phone that works is absolutely paramount. Another thing, a good phone will allow you to also have your Windows program on there, right? So I do my Windows, I do a lot of the Medium articles, I work on my phone, all that. So as a small business, it really does matter. But let's get to the nuts and bolts. Why did my wife buy me this phone? Well, a lot of you guys know I like film. I like to shoot shit. This phone's camera capabilities are off the hook. I've already been looking through them and it's hella good. One of the things I will say is that I always hold strong that you can film on a phone, absolutely, but that doesn't mean that a DSLR loses its value. It's two different techniques of filmmaking, really. Where I feel like the camera on a DSLR has, it's more dynamic and you can rack focus, and there's certain camera tricks and techniques that you can't do on a camera phone. So here we are. This is a single pic. It says, welcome to Single Take, where your camera automatically captures a wide variety of pics and clips from any space. Got photo, because there's different cameras in here and it does it for you. Right? It's crazy because it controls the zoom for you at a push of a button. That's pretty cool. Video. This is the stuff I'm most excited about. So you have high def at 30 frames, full high def at 30, 60, full high def at auto, ultra high def 30, ultra high def 60, 8K 24 frames per second, which is the cinematic frame rate. So that's 8K at the cinematic frame rate. More, AirDoodle, Pro, Panorama, Portrait Video, Slow-Mo, Director's View. I don't really get this director's view. I don't know why you would want to see yourself as you film. I dig these 3 cameras down here, and you can change them. That's my wife's foot right there.
No.
You're in the video now.
No.
It's too late. You bought me the phone. It's your fault.
No.
So
Just in there, like, okay.
your whole body's in there now. But yeah, so then this is the same place I'm at, right? So I'm not moving my stance, and then you have the 3 camera angles, and you push it, and it just changes the whole thing. But like I said, I don't understand why there's a footage of me here, like in my face. I don't understand why people would want that, but that's fine. Slow-mo. This is the slow-mo right here. Well, that seems pretty smooth, you guys. That is, this is obviously handheld. So I know it has a built-in stabilization, and I think it's actually working really well. On Pro Video, you get the 120 frames per second. And like you can see that it looks really strange and weird. But like if you were to film some slow-mo shit, which I guess, let's go ahead and get into some slow-mo real quick. So here is the Pro version, right? And you have high def 30 frames, full high def 24 frames, 30 frames, 60 frames, 120, ultra high def 2430, 60 frames. That's 4K in 60 frames per second. Then you have 8K at 24 frames per second. So like for me, let's go ahead and show you guys the difference between the frame rate, right? So this is going to be a 30 frame per second test. And of course we're going to slow it down in post so you guys can see my arms flailing just a little bit better. Now this is going to be 60 frames per second. Now this is going to be 120 frames per second. And that's the frame rate test. Nonetheless, the camera phone has its own strengths. One of the things that I think is going to be a game changer is the 8K capability. That means you can really guerrilla shoot some shit and really cut, crop, and frame it to whatever you want. Another thing for skaters, right? Because I skate my damn self. But like shooting in 8K, put it on a gimbal, shooting it on 8K, you can really give the skater the distance that they need to do whatever they want to do without fear of a skateboard hitting you. And then in post, being able to cut it, crop it, and really get a really good, clean image. So it's amazing as well for that reason. All right, you guys, here we are. I'm going to try the 8K capability. I put it on the gimbal right now. So this is on a gimbal. This is 8K. And I'm going to go take my puppies outside to run around and let them do their thing. And I'm going to show you guys what I was talking about as far as cropping it. So here we go. It's recording. And this is what I was talking about. Like you put this sucker on 8K on a gimbal, it already has pretty good stabilization. But as well as good stabilization, when it's this high of a resolution, you can always stabilize it in post. Whereas if you're shooting on 1080, it becomes real difficult to stabilize it because as you stabilize it, it begins to lose quality. And it's the same thing, like I always say, if you're shooting in 4K, you got space to play with. It doesn't have to be framed perfectly. If you're shooting in 1080, it's more cutthroat. You have to frame it exactly how you want it. Well, look, you see where Lucky's at right now? It's far. Let's go ahead and see if we can crop it a little better. And that's what I'm talking about. That's the difference. You don't even gotta frame it. Look, he's not even in the middle right now. Let me go ahead and frame him in the middle and see how much quality we lose. So yeah, man, I'm really happy to get this right here. This phone is gonna, it's gonna help me because my phone was already broken down, decrepit, as you guys saw already. And so like I said, like a lot of the stuff I'm doing, I'm working really hard and really adamantly to build this brand, build this company, and really get this French art out there into the world. And it's going good, but like I just gotta stay on it, right? And so like this is definitely gonna help me out, and so I'm really appreciative, man. I appreciate my wife. You know, she's always thinking how to make my life easier, not harder. That's all I got for you guys today, man. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Lates.